Yeah, my name is Solomon Ayo. Like I've said, I'm a Nigerian, and basically I am an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And basically, as I said also initially, my name is Solomon Ayo. I am married. I am a graduate of the University of Abuja in Nigeria. Good. And I have a BSc degree in economy.
Good.
And I started my career with the Hilton International.
Yeah.
And within that period of 15 years, I've been with the hotel. I've had opportunity to have worked from one position to the other. In fact, I'm so grateful to Hilton that gave me the opportunity to have grown to the position of assistant food and beverage manager. And within that period also, I had the opportunity to have been transferred to various parts of the world and also acquired various international training in the various parts of the world, like Dubai, like Abu Dhabi, Trinidad and Tobago. So that helped me to be where I am now. Well, I choose Qatar because of the potential that is here. And when I got transferred to Qatar, to be honest, when I got transferred to Qatar and when I came initially, I was on 2 years contract. I was just saying I could not wait for my 2 years contract to finish and to leave. Yeah. But the good thing is that within the 2 years, I saw a huge potential while I was doing my contract. Sure. And I said to myself, this is where I would love to be. Because one thing I also noticed is that Qatar supports family a lot. Because I was also looking for where I think my family will have the opportunity to develop their career and to be whom we think we want them to be. Yeah. So we saw this potential, and that is why I decided to settle down after my contract in Qatar. Actually, when I came to Qatar, the irony of it all is that the media, they will always give you some kind of impression. Yeah. And basically, maybe the impression I got from the media about what Qatar was then was probably a bit, it's a bit tough to really stay in this part of the world. Yeah. So, but when I came, I saw that it's not exactly what people portrayed it to be. Sure. To some extent, like I say, it was completely different. The people are friendly, the people are very accommodating, especially they support family a lot. And that gives me that kind of impression that yes. And secondly, I saw that Qatar is a growing economy compared to what you already have in Dubai. Dubai seems to have been saturated, but when you see Qatar, you see that it has a huge potential. It's still a virgin. And so it's a place that if you come into and you have the technical know-how, you will certainly have what it takes to excel here. So that was what I saw, and I decided to say, okay, I will try to settle down. So after my career, I decided to move from working to doing my business.
Nice.
Actually, with Fali adiyat, basically we are based on mostly hospitality services. Yeah. Hospitality services in the sense that I came from the hospitality industry. While I was working with the Hilton, I went through huge strengths in terms of getting staff to work for me in my capacity as a banquet manager then. So I saw that most companies that are actually providing the manpower, they actually provide only people, but not really with the necessary technical know-how that is expected for you to work in a 5-star hotel. Yeah. So I said to myself, Why don't I take advantage of this? Having worked in the hospitality industry, I will have opportunity to bring in my own team and give them that professional training that is demanded for the five-star hotel.
Yeah, forget the high quality of services and get your customers.
Yeah, so customers. Yes. So Maximus, because then you were just having staff who basically does not even know the difference between fork and knife and that. So it was quite stressful. And for you to deliver the high service that is actually required.
This is true, and also for confirming what you are about to say, Mr. Salman, today. For confirming this, let's say today one of the most important reasons today of the success of any business is the teamwork.
Yeah.
Because let's say today the employee and the staff, he didn't present himself, he present the company. And he present you also as owner today, so we should choose carefully our teamwork for providing the best quality of services and get our customers satisfied. Let's talk more about the team of Mr. Salman today, how you select your team and how you are working today as a family for providing the best quality of services.
Okay, basically what we did was to do what is called a one-on-one interview. Yeah. We did not just rely on just doing online interview, because in most cases what you hear online or see basically does not represent. Yeah. So what we did was to personally take a visit. I went to Nepal, I went to Kenya to personally have opportunity to sit down and get to interview the people on one-on-one. Yeah. My first interview, I can tell you, I did interview 100 candidates, but I could not pick anyone. So what I did was to move into the street of Nepal and talk to people. Why don't you want to develop your career? So I encouraged them. That was why I was able to get people to come over. And more so, what we also did was to also provide them the necessary training. Because it is one thing to also get the staff, you also need to provide them the enabling environment and the training that is required to be able to perform their duty. Bearing in mind, we are dealing with five-star hotel. If a guest is dealing with my staff, the guest does not see it as Fali adiyat staff. He sees the staff as a hitting staff.
Sure.
So whatever is going to be the output of that staff, it is going to directly or indirectly reflect on the output of hitting. Sure. And if hitting, that is my client, is successful, automatically
for sure
I am successful. Yeah. So that is how we were able to build a kind of an impression that makes us to be acceptable within the hospitality industry.
And this can be one of the secret today of reaching this position. This can be one of the secret today.
Yes, sure. It has really helped, because more so is that there is a kind of confidence that is being, that you radiate. Imagine if I'm going to talk to somebody who is a food and beverage manager in Sheraton. He's going to ask me to introduce myself. I'm going to give him a background of whom I am. Yeah. So if I tell him I've worked in a five-star hotel, I've worked here, and knowing Hilton is an international brand that is known everywhere in the world. So for you to have been able to go through that process to the position I got to before I started, so there is a level of confidence. And two, we also want to represent what we are known for. So if we say this is who we are, we should be able to also live to be able to show what we are saying. And that is why we say the name and the meaning of our company is value added. We are telling people whatever thing you are going to ask from us, we want to ensure that apart from the fact that you are going to have value for your money, we also want to ensure that we are adding value to whatever services we are providing. Well, like I said, is that we try to leave out our name, what we represent. The company, basically, when we started, we specializes mostly in hospitality supplies, where we supply manpower to the hotels, the five-star hotels, housekeeping, food and beverage, stewarding, kitchen helpers. We do that. We were also supplying staff to the construction company because of the World Cup. Construction was really everywhere. But one of the challenges we had with the construction was that we're having some issue of payment. So we try to settle mostly with the hospitality industry. So basically that is what we do. But we have also grown. We have grown from the fact that apart from the fact that we are also just supplying the manpower, we also supply equipment, services equipment, and more so we have added our car wash. So this is our car wash that we just opened also. So yeah, to be honest, I derived my dream from the person that established Hayton, Comrade Hayton. When the story that we are often told, once you get to start with Hayton, we are told of the story of Comrade Hayton. When he started, he had a dream that he wanted to see Hayton all over the world. That was his dream. And today, we can find out that there is basically no country that you don't find the Hayton International. So, for me, I derive my dream and my strength from that. Because when you are told the story of Comrade Hayton and how he started, all the challenges, and ensure that even though he is no longer alive, to ensure that his dream come to pass. So this is where I derive my dream from. And I say to myself is that I want to create an organization that is also going to be seen to be everywhere in the world. And so one of my dream is to ensure that first is to have a base where the company can have its foundation. And when I came to Qatar, I saw that the best country that I think can give me a foundation is Qatar. Bearing in mind, if I go to the US today and I tell somebody I have a company in Qatar, he will appreciate it and he will respect that because he knows what Qatar is. The value. So my dream is to see how I can take this company to various parts of the world and to see how this company can be doing business with other business partners in the other part of the world. Yeah, to be honest, I must say I came into Qatar in 2011. My happiness, my joy is that Qatar is never the same tomorrow as to what you have seen today.
Sure.
There has been a huge transformation.
Sure.
The system is changing every day. So for me, I see that that is really a welcome development where probably they listen to what people are saying, and there is a lot of improvement in terms of services. Like what you see today is not what it used to be.
Sure.
When I came in. Secondly, also is that I am really proud of the fact that Qatar really did well during the World Cup. It was a huge, it was a huge performance because I've had opportunity to be part and parcels of World Cups in other parts of the country.
Make something that make anyone proud.
Yeah, so
belong to this
for me, I am so proud of that. My only message, and like you rightly said, there is a huge improvement in terms of how things have been done. Like you said, you have to queue behind the line to get your listing. Now there is a lot of online services that is really going on. But my only message is this: a lot needs to be done to support the small scale industries. The small scale industries are basically the industry that drives the economy. You hardly have very few multimedia company. Most of the companies are mostly small scale. If you go throughout the street now, you're going to see people with a small restaurant, with a small laundry machine, with this. But the cost of running this small scale industry is a big.
It's huge. When we compare,
So when you talk of the cost of sustaining it, it's really huge, and that is why you find out that with no distant time, most companies they fizzle out. So a lot needs to be done, bearing in mind that the small scale industry, they are basically what drives the economy. So there should be a lot of support. They need to make it a lot easier, cheaper for these people. With time, they can, because
for reducing the
cost.
Sure.
The cost needs to be reduced. With time, when people they've moved in, because the economy depends on the people, and the only company that sustain the people are mostly the small scale industry. Well, first and foremost, I want to thank my family.
Sure.
Because while I was going around ensuring that the business run, my wife was actually there to also ensure that our kids also are given the right support and the right environment for them to be able to. Because at the end of the day, of what use is all my effort if my children are not going to get what they do? But because of the nature of my business, it's also demanding. But I am so happy today that my wife was able to play the role that I ought to have been playing effectively. Also, is that the company is like a team.
Sure.
There is no way you can claim the success of the company without the team.
Sure.
So my first, also my second thanks go to all the Fali adiyat team who have been able to support me. And secondly, thirdly, I want to thank my sponsor,
sure,
Mata Ahmed Akwari.
Sure.
To be honest, since I met him, since he became my sponsor, it has not been a bad moment. He was always there for me. He was so supportive. To be honest, he's not just a sponsor. He's just like a father, like a brother. So I'm very, very grateful to him also for all his support. I had my coordinator, Victoria, and her sister, Amanda. They've been very supportive to me also. So I also want to thank them.